Bogle. Let me welcome you guys to the Music Hacks live stream. And this afternoon we have Kemoy, Bogle on set. Kemoy, welcome.
Greetings, Graham. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. This is an event that I have been anticipating. All right, what I'm going to do before we go into a few questions, I'm going to ask you just to break down what exactly we're playing a while ago.
Okay. All right. I was just playing to this track. It's called Just Grooving. It's this track from YouTube that I had found like probably a couple months ago. It's from one of my favorite. It's from one of my favorite drumless track YouTube channels that I got it from, and it's called FDT Drumless Tracks. Y'all can go get it there. They got like a whole catalog that's so big. Like they have different type of genres. They got trap, they got fusion, they got gospel, they got pop, they got everything. They got everything for drummers. So yeah. But the track, you told me to break down this track. Ain't nothing much to really break down. It's just what it is. Simply grooving. It's just grooving.
All right, what did you add to it?
I just had the fashion drum style.
All right,
The fashion drums.
right.
Yeah.
The label Fashiondrumz. How did you come up with such a great title for your music thing?
Well, that name was given to me years ago when I started Edna Manley College. So when I just started Edna Manley years ago, I think back then I was a real fashion drums because I was always on top of my game when it comes to fashion. Like every day when I was going to school, it's almost like I was going to a party. So, so every day, my peers would say, "Yo, I'm full of fashion, man. Yo, we call him Fashion Drummy." And then it was Fashion Drummy first, and then everyone just short it to Fashion Drums, and then the name just stick.
All right, let's go back before the Edna Manley days.
Mhm.
What were you like before Edna Manley? Could you describe your personality and stuff that you were into musically?
Before Edna Manley days, I was a very jovial musician. I was always laughing, always cracking jokes, always just jovial, just always smiling. Anytime you see me, you're seeing a big smile on my face. You know, that's Bogle. So yeah, that was just my personality coming up.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So how did you discover the drums?
Um, well, um, I'm from a musical family. My dad is a drummer and a bass player. My granddad used to sing and he played guitar. So um, I guess it was just passed down to me from my parents. So and then I started playing drums at the age of like 3. Like literally, no one taught me. I just one day the drummer came late, and my dad was on bass, and my dad was like, he started to playing, and he looked around on the drum, and he just started hearing drums, and he started seeing sticks, and it was me. So yeah, that's how it started.
Okay. All
Yep.
right. So what sort of influenced you to go to Edna Manley?
Um, I wanted to learn proper technique. I just wanted to be a great drummer. Like when you hear about Edna Manley College, you hear about all these greats that has been through the college and who was there at the time and the stuff that you can learn. Yeah, that's what one of the main reasons why I started in the Money College because I wanted to learn a lot.
All right. Do you have any favorite moments that you would like to share while you're at that college?
Ah, favorite moment. Oh my goodness, there's so many moments. And the funny thing is, if I try to share one right now, I can remember parts, but if I start talking, it's like a blur. But I think I remember one time I I think I just got done practicing in room 12. Um, and I was so hungry, and it was me and Dorian. and we had
Yeah,
went
the
to
Great Dorian.
Great Dorian. Yeah, me and Dorian started in the Mali College the same year. We were in
Right.
PQ, and yo, I was so hungry at the time. I think I went to Colors. That was the name of the cafe, the restaurant at the time.
Yeah, man.
And I had bought a patty and bun.
Or-
I bought a patty and bun. And you know, everybody was laughing at me at that, them call me patty and bun the whole day. Especially Dorian. When Dorian saw me with the patty and bun, Dorian, the first thing we could have said was pay teeth and him will laugh and him need them. And I said, brother, what that you eat?
Yeah.
Yo.
We know how Dorian can laugh.
Yeah,
Eh?
what, bro? I'm telling you, if Dorian laugh off of you shame. You're just done. You're shame and done.
True.
I just remember this one. It's a funny one, but this about Chevron Reed that plays at Emmanuel.
I don't think I remember Siobhan.
Well, Chevron played drums at Portmore Emmanuel. So he has a nickname called 4-5.
Okay.
So how him got that nickname? We were in masterclass one day, and I think Mr. Devon was playing the time signature 5/4, and then after we finished playing, and he asked the question, do you guys know what time signature we playing in? Chevron, first one think hands up in the air. Sir, me. Sure, 7 ball out 4-5. From that, the name stick. That was one of my funniest moments, favorite moments at Edna. Yo, that was funny.
All right, Bogle. How would you describe your style of drumming? Because I know drummers have different styles, but I want you to tell us your description of your style of drumming.
I think my drumming is unique, and I always try to be unique.
All right. What are some of the things that you have worked on over the years to sort of create your type of sound?
A lot of practicing.
And I want you to give us some demonstration of some of the things that you actually worked on.
Over the years, to get to where I'm at right now as a drummer, I've done a lot of practicing. Like, I literally treat practicing. I've said this so many times on my live when I go live on Instagram, and people be asking me questions. I treat practicing like a 9 to 5, like literally like a job. So I wake up every morning like 4 a.m. I do my regular morning devotions and stuff like that, read my Bible and stuff like that. I'm very spiritual. And then after that, jump right into practicing. I would do like warm-ups with single strokes. I would challenge myself to the metronome. I would play to the metronome for hours. I would do bass drum workouts. I do the whole works. And I stay consistent. And this is what I do every day from Monday to Friday. So that's what I do.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you just to show us a few of those things that you work on.
All right. I'm going to do a simple exercise that I normally do in the mornings, like to warm up my foot and just play to the metronome and stuff like that. But let me just do it. It's basically, it is a bass drum exercise, but it actually helps you with coordination between your hand, snare, and bass drum at the same time while building your foot. And I do that every day, like to warm up. And when I get too comfortable at a certain tempo, I just go up each time. And that helps you with consistency, with just playing a beat, consistency with your foot, stuff like that.
Okay. All right, Bogle, who are some of the persons that you have actually worked with over the years, whether tours or just gigs?
Back in 2009 to 2012, I was working with Prodigal Son, and at that time I was on the Jamaican gospel scene, and I was basically working with almost everyone else in the Jamaican industry. Like I've worked with everyone else, but the main artist at the time was Prodigal Son, and then done gigs with John Holt, Tifa, Mr. Vegas, those people, and I've toured with Prodigal Son.
All right, where are some of the places that you have actually gone?
Almost all the Caribbean countries. I've done North America, done South America, I've done Africa. Yeah, that's it.
All right, which of those places stands out in your mind?
Africa.
Africa?
Yes.
Why did you say Africa?
Reason being is because I remember when I was preparing for Africa, and in my mindset, I thought that I had to bring like water, food, all this necessary, all the stuff that you would need to survive. And when I got there, it was a whole different ball game because I thought I was in Miami. So
Really?
yeah, I thought I was in Miami for real. I thought I was in Miami. So yeah, that was one of my best experience, best trips. I would never forget.
Right. Because back in this side of the hemisphere, they don't show you the good side of Africa.
They do
right?
not. They do not. They show you big belly kids, people suffering. They show you animals running across. No, it wasn't like that. I was in a 5-star hotel. I thought I was in Miami, literally. My balcony view was viewing the ocean. It was real nice. It was very nice.
Let me welcome all the persons who are on YouTube watching us live. All right, well, we have quite a few persons who are tuning in. All right, and they said to give a shout out to you.
Bless up.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take some questions from the YouTube community in a while. All right, but I just want to ask a few more questions. It was a few months ago I realized that you had migrated, because all the while I thought you were still in Jamaica.
No man, I've been living here 6 years now officially.
What?
Yes, been since 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for your IG page, and I would never knew that you had migrated.
Oh man, yeah, I've been living here for a while now. It has been a very Inland Valley road, if you know what I mean. Very whole heap of ups and downs. Good experience, very bad experience, but I take them as them come, you know what I mean? Because I learned from each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anything changed musically for you?
A lot. I would say I've learned a lot more since I've moved here. Like understanding American music even more. Since I'm here now, I think I have a better understanding of American music now since I've been here. So yeah, it has changed. It has helped me change a lot musically.
Okay. Can you sort of describe some of the things that you are learning that is different from our culture?
All right, so as a drummer, all right, so I would say before I have the type of knowledge that I have now. I'm not saying I know everything, but the knowledge that I have right now is like I didn't have it when I just migrated from Jamaica. Like my interpretation of the music was totally different. Like I used to just think, like as a drummer, like I can just chop all the time. Like I know drummers like to do that, like to be very flary and all that stuff, but it's time and place for that stuff. And I learned that even more since I've been here. Because I've done gigs with people that I thought I was doing really, really good. And then I just started doing all this stuff. And then people started looking at me like, yo, that was even called for like that. So, yeah, I learned from that. So I kind of learned time and place, and stuff. And yeah. So it taught me a lot.
I'm assuming that pocket is more
Yes.
accepted than
Well,
chops.
it's not really said pocket is more accepted. It's just time and placement, if you know what I mean. Like just know when and where.
Okay.
Because
All right.
most timers we as drummers, because we just learn a chop, we want to put it in every song and almost every year of a song, and it doesn't work like that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, how easy was it for you to sort of get into in playing?
It wasn't hard. I think what happened is I think the first Sunday, no, the second Sunday that I was here, I went to a church, and I already known one of the musicians from a longer time there, and he saw me came in, and he was like, "Yo, I remember you," and then I had played one time in that church, and from I did that one time I played, everyone started hearing about me, and I started getting gigs, and the transition was kind of easy, but not easy, if you know what I mean. Because when I started getting gigs, people who, I guess I would say musicians that were from this state, that was always been here, certain gigs that I was getting, they wasn't getting it. So it was, yeah. So
Okay.
it was, yeah.
Bogle, I'm going to ask you now to set up your next track first, while I'm going to invite the persons on YouTube to start sending in their questions. I've not seen any questions from my friends on YouTube as yet. All right, guys, we want to see some questions for Bogle. Big up everyone on the live stream. Brother Bogle. All right. If you're just joining us, we are live on the Music Hacks Network. And we are currently speaking with Kemoy Bogle. All right. Big up to the persons who are on the YouTube live at this time. Bogle.
Yes, sir.
Awesome drumming, bro.
Respect.
All right, we are gonna take a few questions from the chat at this time, and Joel Brown is asking you to make reference of some affordable drum mics
Okay.
that he can use in his rig.
Affordable drum mics. I'm using some affordable ones. I'm using Shure PGAs. But yeah, I'm using Shure PGAs. They're very affordable. You can get the whole set, the 7-piece, for probably use on eBay for like anywhere from 300 to 500 range, and it's a 7-piece mic kit. So yeah.
Jonathan Fogel is asking you to explain some of the different ways, some of the creative ways in which you can use your metronome to practice.
Some of the creative ways. Well, I don't think I have much creative ways to use to practice the metronome. I just honestly just turn the metronome on, and I just mess around with the tempos. That's how I get creative with the metronome. I just mess around with the tempo, and especially slower tempos. I found out that playing to slower tempos are harder. So yeah, I try to mess around with the slower tempos and try to do like double time on slower tempo. That's even harder. So yeah.
DeVar Murray, I know you mentioned about chops already, but he would like to know when is the best time for you to use a chop, or when do you use your chops?
The best time to use chops, I would say, you can actually feel it. To be very honest, like it's basically like when it's setting up. Like it's chops is like setting up something. So when you're about to chop, it's like you're setting up something. Someone know that something is coming. Like, all right, either a verse is coming, a chorus is coming, the intro, something. You're setting up something, or you're going to a bridge, and then the bridge requires for you to fill that up or something. Just some areas that you just gotta find that spot and be specific about that spot, and just do your thing.
Blem Drums is saying that you definitely have your own sound. And that I do agree. That's why I had asked you in the initial stage to explain your sound. How did you come up with that sound? You know?
I think it's just hours of practicing by yourself. You will develop your own sound, literally. Like just hours of you practicing. No matter how much drummers you swat or how much stuff you learn from another drummer, with you practicing for hours, automatically that same chop that you took from somebody else is not going to be the same chop after a while. It's going to sound different. So
Are you into much of software nowadays? I know a lot of drummers are actually getting into softwares.
I'm getting into Ableton Live.
Okay.
Kenny actually put me on that. And ever since I've been on Ableton, I've been hooked, and I've been trying to learn more and more and more because it's it's the wonders of Ableton Live. It's limitless. Like you can do absolutely anything you want to when it comes to production, music production. So yeah.
Yeah. So we have Tyreek Foster here asking, how do you mix your drums in Ableton?
What I do is shoot, I wish I had put the screen record, and I wish I had put it on the laptop so I could show you guys what how I set up my drums layout in Ableton. So what I do is I would, you have your snare, your kick, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3. You have left, right, overhead if you have your hi-hat mic. So what I do is after I have all of those there in my Ableton, I would group them and create a drum bus. So then when I group them, I create a drum bus. I'm gonna tell you how I mix my drums. So after I create the drum bus, I would put like a reverb on my drum bus, a little reverb, not too much. I would put a little compression on my snare. I would put just a little EQ. Um, on my SP, there's nothing. My kick, I have just a little EQ. I have this plugin on my kick called Drum Bus. It gives it that whoop, whoop kind of sound. Um, Tom one, same, just little EQ. Tom two, Tom three, EQ. For the left and right overhead. Oh, so I was just playing without EQ just now because I just checked it. But yeah,
Okay.
I turn the EQ off for the left and right overhead. But yeah, I
Yeah.
normally, yeah. So just little EQ and you're good. And just keep your volumes right.
Well, definitely, in the future, you will have your chance to share all of this with the musicians on the Music Hacks Network Zoom Clinic. All
Yes,
right,
sir. Yes,
because
sir. Yes, sir.
your date is definitely coming up in the future.
Okay, okay. Cool, cool.
All right, so you'll have a lot of time to share all of that. All right.
Most definitely.
Devar Murray is asking you what are some of the rudiments that you use to develop your chops, or what are some of the best rudiments for developing chops?
Um, I practice a lot of singles, double stroke, paradiddles. I practice all the paradiddles, double, single, triple paradiddle. I practice some flams. So I think whatever rudiment you decide to like stick to, because I know every drummer has their specific rudiment that they practice every day. So whatever rudiments that you choose to practice, it's automatically going to come out in your playing. So yeah.
All right. Jonathan Fogger is still asking about your transition into the learning the American style of playing. Right? He
The tri-
said you learned more about the American music since living there,
yeah.
but he wants you to be a little bit more specific on how difficult it is to actually get that sound.
It's not as difficult as I don't know if I made it sound difficult, but it's not really as difficult. It's just that you know what they have a saying, um, you do as the Roman, the Romans, you do what the Romans do. So it's basically like I'm here in America now, so all that I hear is just American music. So automatically, you're gonna adapt to that type of music. You know what I mean? So I start hearing more. Yeah, just as I said, more of the music, and you're automatically just gonna start adapting. You're gonna hear more American drummers and more American musicians. You're gonna start going to more American churches. You're gonna start hearing the interpretation. So that's how I develop.
No, I think why it is said to be difficult is that there's a school of thought here in Jamaica that Jamaicans cannot sound
That's a
like
lie.
the
Let me
Americans.
clip that in the bud right now. That is a lie. I've been hearing that for years, especially since even when I just started Edna. I'm not gonna call it names, but I had all the musicians used to tell me, "Yo, in a sense, you practice all this American stuff because you will never sound like them." That's a lie. I remember when I just moved here, and as I said about the first church that I moved to, the keyboard when I played the song, when I played at church, they didn't know that I was Jamaican when I was playing. It's afterwards when I finished playing and I start talking, and he was like, "Whoa, you're really from Jamaica?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Jamaican." That's how they knew I was Jamaican because I started talking. It's not in the playing. They actually thought I was from New York. So yeah.
Okay. And traveling there, and hearing a lot of different musicians, I realize that there are some parts of America that they do have their own unique accent or style of music,
They do. They do. They do.
right?
East
So
Coast,
it
West Coast, yeah.
so it's a matter of being in the environment, as you said, and adapting to what
Exactly.
transpires there, right?
Exactly. Just being in an environment.
Right. Whoa, Jonathan, Jonathan is really satisfied with your answer to his question.
No, I'm telling you, Jonathan, do not let anyone tell you that you cannot sound like an American because that's a lie. Music is music. It's a language. And if you know the language, you're gonna speak it. So
Right. Definitely. All right, Kemoy, I would like you to tell me who are some of the persons currently who are influencing your style?
oh my God. Chris Dave, Aaron Spears, Dave Weckl. I think those are the three main right now. I've been listening to them a lot. Chris Dave, Aaron Spears, Dave Weckl. And Vinica Luther too as well. So yeah.
All right, so you pull from each person. How do you sort of use their styles to make your style, your creative sound?
So
What's your approach?
so my approach to that is so basically if I hear a lick or just a groove or anything from a drummer that I like, I am definitely gonna try to learn it, and then after I learn it, I try to make it my own. I'd probably take out a few of the notes or try to add more notes or just stuff, just mess with it and make it my own. So that's what I do.
I would like to know what is your creative process like without hearing any form of music. How does it dawn on you? How do you create music from nothing?
Oh man. What a question. All right, how do I create music from nothing? I think honestly, you have to create music from something because you get inspiration from something, and
All
that's how
right,
you
tell
create
us how
music.
does it come?
It comes from something like you walking down the street, you listen to a song on the radio, a bird chirping, something, anything can inspire you to make anything. Because
All
I
right.
remember one time I had a cover that I did probably 2 years ago. I'll probably repost it in the future, but I did a cover where I sampled what's his name, Travis Scott voice, and all I heard was that's the song on the radio, and I keep hearing his voice repeat, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna sample the voice, and it was only me and his voice playing, and that's how I created music. That's inspiration. It's just inspiration.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
What I'm going to do now, I don't know if this is too much, but I'm sort of going to put you into a creative zone. All right. Probably you
Oh
can
my
put
goodness.
on your metronome, and I am going to ask you to show us
Oh my
what
God.
you pull from your creative process.
You're putting me on the spot now. All right, let me see.
In my room, now my bed sheets smell like you. Lately discovering something brand.
You hearing that playing just now?
Yes, man, we're
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I wish you could see the chat from here, Bogle. These guys are enjoying
You know what?
themselves.
Hold on. I'm going to see the chat real quick. I'm going to go on YouTube. Oh, see it. Okay, cool. Okay. Somebody screen record and answer. Please tell me. Guess I have to travel soon, man. Yeah, definitely travel. All right. You said being creative. All right.
What are you currently working on at this time?
All right. So I'm currently working on building my website because I am about to launch like drumless tracks, play along tracks. That's my upcoming projects for this summer. So you guys can look out for that. Um, I have I have a few collabs with well-known musicians in the industry, so that's coming in the future as well. I'm not going to say anything, but just look out for it. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
All right. All right. I was watching you on a live, and I have to make mention of this because I think it's a great idea. Right. I heard you mentioning that you will be coming back to Jamaica to do a few clinics.
Yes, I will,
Right.
and I
I
will be
have
coming back.
to allow you to make mention of that.
Okay, so yeah, I will be coming back to Jamaica sometime this year. If it's not this summer, it would be like more closer to Christmas. But I will be in Jamaica this year, um, doing a clinic with a couple of well-known drummers in like well-known drummers in the world, not just yeah. So look out for that. It's all in the planning process.
And why do you want to take that initiative though?
Why? All right. So before I moved there years ago, I told myself I want to be that one where I can bridge the gap between international market and Jamaican market. And fast forward to 2021, I've seen where that's happening because I'm connected to almost anyone in the industry right now. That's someone. So that's what I'm humbled and grateful for that. So that's why I want to do this stuff. So yeah.
All right, cool. Um, are you into production or anything like that?
Yes, I'm into production. I do a lot of tracking for a lot of clients and stuff like that.
So has it the current pandemic affected you in any way musically?
It has affected everyone. It did. It has affected me. Even though I can say I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I have had, even in the previous year. It has been good. I cannot complain because I've heard worse, and yeah, so I can't complain. I still get work. I still getting calls to do tracks. Churches hit me up to record for them. So yeah, it's still coming in.
I would like you to sort of encourage some of the younger drummers that are making their way into the music industry. What would you say to them?
All right. My first thing I would say to younger drummers: never feel intimidated by other drummers. That's the first thing I would say because I think that's one of the main things as drummers. We get easily get intimidated by other drummers, especially if we claim that they're better than us. We're so intimidated, and especially if we're on the same show, it's like we don't want to play because that drummer's better than me. No, it's 2021. Throw that out the door. You're the only one gonna sound like you. There's no one else gonna sound like you out there. So just do your best. Be you. Be confident. Be very confident in what you're doing, and just be yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So, Bogle, before you actually play your final piece and then we get out of here,
Yeah.
I would like you to tell us how we can contact you, whether for bookings or for anything like that.
You can contact me straight from my Instagram at Fashiondrumz with a Z. Just DM me. I will respond.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube family, we have just been speaking with Mr. Kemoy Bogle, and he is currently in the United States area where he's creating a storm there. All right. At this time, I'm going to ask him to play his another piece, and then we are going to close this live stream. If you actually did like this presentation, I'm going to ask you just to give us a thumbs up. All right, subscribe to this network and also leave a comment.